What should you do when people talk negative about yourself? Why people want to see you as a bad person? How your choices will affect the people around you? Why do some people judge and criticize other people's lives? To get answer of these questions, watch this Buddhist story. The king of a kingdom had this habit that he often went around his kingdom in disguise to know what is going in the state. If there is a wrongdoing, he can get information about the security situation. Just like that, one day the king reaches the end of his kingdom while roaming around in disguise with his minister. On reaching there, the king saw a very startling incident. He sees a man lying in the middle of the road, but no one is helping him. People are passing by him, but no one is paying attention to him. Seeing this, the king himself goes to help the lying person. As soon as king reaches that person and tries to pick him up, he comes to know that person is already dead. Seeing this, the king calls out to the people for help. But whoever passes by, seeing that dead person, makes his face and goes away. Thus no one stopped to help the king. At last, the king asked a man passing by, holding his hand and stopping him. He called people to help him, but no one even came near him. People don't even want to touch this person. On hearing this, one person replied by making a face that everything is the result of his deeds, and he is the biggest sinner of our city. He has done only bad deeds in his entire lifetime. Saying this, the person also left from there. Hearing such words from the mouth of that passerby, the king, with the help of his minister, raises that dead person. And after asking people for the address, he would take him to his house. Seeing her dead husband, his wife started crying loudly. Then after a while, the king tells his wife about the behavior of the people towards her husband, what he saw on the road. After listening to the king's words, his wife looked at her husband with respect and with full confidence. I can straighten this out now that my husband is a very nice person. King gets shocked hearing this and says, but people were saying that he is a sinful person. Even people hated him so much that they are not even ready to touch his dead body. Hearing this, his wife said to the king, you are right, and I also expect the same from the people, because people have always seen my husband going to wrong places. But the truth is that my husband goes to liquor shop every day and buy a few bottles of wine from there, and then pour all that wine down the drain. Saying that, I hope that by this those people will be saved from doing bad deeds. Then after that at night, my husband would go to those women who earn their living by doing prostitution. He then asked them to close the door so that no one goes near them at least that night. After that, he come back home and thank God. With his grace, today he reduces the atrocities on some women and stops some young boys from doing wrong deeds. So people often saw that my husband visiting such places and thought that my husband is a drunkard and of bad intentions. I often told my husband to remember, when you die, no one will even touch you, and there will be no one to shoulder your bier. My husband often laughs at this thing of mine and says, "You will see the king himself on my last journey, and the biggest and respected people of this city will shoulder my bier and will complete my last rites." Hearing such words from the mouth of his wife, tears welled up in the king's eyes. And he said, "I am the king of this kingdom, and tomorrow morning, me and my chants on his last journey will shoulder his bier and will cremate it." We also often think what people will say, and because of this thinking of ours, we never do what we want to do. So this is the lesson we learned from this story. We should do what is right to do. Care about what other people think, and you will always be their prisoner. Never dull your shine for somebody else. As long as you remain dependent on others for approval, happiness is fleeting. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, will point blank not like you. But it is also filled with those who will love you fiercely. They are your people. You are not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to people who can hear you. You are not for everyone. Don't waste your precious time and gifts trying to convince them of your value. They won't ever want what you are selling. Don't convince them to walk alongside of you. You will be wasting both your time and theirs, and will likely inflict unnecessarily wounds which will take precious time to heal. You are not for them, and they are not for you. Politely wave them on and continue along your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen this gift by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Don't worry about what people think of you or about the way they try to make you feel. If people want to see you as a good person, they will. If they want to see you as a bad person, absolutely nothing you do will stop them. Ironically, the more you try to show them your good intentions, the more reason you give them to knock you down if they are committed to misunderstanding you. Keep your head up high and be confident in what you do. Be confident in your intentions and keep your eyes ahead instead of wasting your time on those who want to drag you back. Because you can't change people's view. You have to believe that true change for yourself comes from within you, not from anyone else. No matter what you do, someone will have something negative to say. Try not to take it personally. People judge and criticize other people's lives when they are not happy with their own. Follow your heart. Do what's right for you. It's great to consider how your choices will affect the people around you. Just know you don't need anyone's approval to be happy.